Something about the first episode of Outlander Season 8 felt different. After such a long wait, seeing Jamie Fraser and Claire Fraser again should have felt simple and warm. But instead it felt like the calm before a storm. Yes, the Frasers are finally back home. But strange signs, old memories, and a new mystery about Faith, Fraser may change everything we thought we knew. And if the clues from episode 1 are true, the story is about to take a shocking turn that no one on Fraser's Ridge is ready for. After everything they have been through, Jamie and Claire finally return to the place that has always felt like home, Fraser's Ridge. For fans of Outlander, this place is more than just land or a settlement. It represents safety, family, and the life Jamie and Claire fought so hard to build together. So when they ride back into the Ridge, there is a strong feeling of relief in the air. The people there are happy to see them again. Many of them believe they might never return, especially after the dangers and chaos they faced in recent events. Their arrival brings comfort to the whole community. But even though the welcome is warm, the moment still carries a quiet tension. Something about their return feels different this time. The Ridge has always been a place where Jamie leads with strength, and Claire helps everyone with her knowledge and care. Yet now, the world around them is changing. The American Revolution is growing closer, danger is rising, and the future feels uncertain. Jamie and Claire both know that their peaceful life may not last much longer. With them is a young girl named Fanny, whose presence brings another layer of mystery to the story. At first glance, she seems like just another child in need of a safe place. But fans quickly notice that there may be more to her story. The way Claire looks at her sometimes shows deep thought, almost as if she is trying to understand something she cannot fully explain yet. The people at the Ridge welcome the girl as well, because that is the kind of place Jamie and Claire created. It has always been a home for those who need help. Over the years, many lost people have found safety there. So it is not surprising that the community opens their arms to Fanny too. Still, not everyone is completely comfortable with what is happening. While most of the Ridge is happy to see Jamie and Claire again, there are small signs that someone may not share that same joy. A look here, a quiet reaction there. It is subtle, but it hints that trouble may already be waiting inside the community. For Jamie, turning home means taking his place as the leader again. The people trust him, and they look to him for protection and guidance. But Jamie is not the same man he once was. He carries the weight of many battles and many losses. Every decision he makes now feels heavier, because he knows that the future of his family and the Ridge depends on it. Claire feels this pressure too, though in a different way. As a healer and someone who knows more about the future than anyone else around her, she understands that dark times may be coming. Even when she smiles and greets everyone warmly, there is a quiet worry in her eyes. She knows that history is moving forward, and there may be nothing she can do to stop what is coming. What makes this return even more emotional is the memory of the life Jamie and Claire have already lost once before. They built the Ridge from nothing. They turned wild land into a home full of people who trust them and care for them. Leaving it behind was painful, so coming back feels like a second chance. But second chances in Outlander rarely come without a price. As the episode continues, the camera shows the simple beauty of life on the Ridge again. Horses move through the fields, smoke rises from chimneys, and families gather together. For a moment, it almost feels like peace has returned. Yet fans of the series know that peace never lasts long in this world. In fact, the first episode already drops hints that something bigger is coming. Strange events begin to appear, and questions start forming in Claire's mind. The biggest mystery of all may be connected to the past. A past that Jamie and Claire believed was already closed forever. Because when the topic of faith comes up again, it opens a door that many viewers thought would never open. And if the clues are leading where they seem to be leading, the story of the Frasers may be about to change in a way no one expected. Just when it seemed like life at Fraser's Ridge might return to normal, a quiet moment begins to raise one of the biggest mysteries of the season. It starts with something small, song. But in the world of Outlander, even the smallest detail can carry deep meaning. One evening, while everyone is settling into the calm life of the Ridge again, young Fanny begins to hum a soft melody. At first, it feels like a simple moment. Children sing songs all the time and no one thinks much about it. But then, something changes. When Claire Fraser hears the melody, she suddenly freezes, because this is not just any song. It is the same song Claire once sang many years ago to her baby daughter, Faith Fraser. For a moment, the world around Claire seems to stop. That song was never written down. It was never shared with others. It was something deeply personal, something she sang only to comfort her child during one of the most painful times of her life. Faith was born during a tragic moment, and losing her left a wound in Claire's heart that never truly healed. So the question becomes impossible to ignore. How could Fanny know that song? Claire watches the girl carefully, trying to stay calm. She does not want to frighten the child or make the moment feel strange. But inside her mind, many thoughts begin racing at once. Is it just a coincidence? Could someone else have taught the song to Fanny somehow? Or is there something much deeper happening here? Later, Claire quietly speaks with Jamie Fraser about what she heard. Jamie listens carefully, his face serious. Over the years, he has seen many strange things happen around Claire, especially things connected to time and destiny. So even though the idea sounds impossible, he does not dismiss it immediately. Still, the thought that Faith could somehow be connected to the present is almost too difficult to believe. For Jamie, the memory of Faith is painful as well. Losing a child is something no parent ever truly recovers from. And for a long time, both he and Claire believed that chapter of their lives was closed forever. They grieved, they moved forward, and they tried to build happiness again. But now, hearing that song again feels like the past reaching out to them. What makes the moment even more mysterious is Fanny herself. The girl does not seem to realize that the song carries such deep meaning. To her, it appears to be just a melody she remembers from somewhere. She hums it naturally, without hesitation, as if it has always been part of her life. And that only makes the mystery deeper. Where did she learn it? As the episode continues, viewers begin to notice the way Claire watches Fanny more closely. Not with fear, but with curiosity and emotion. Every small action from the girl now feels important. Every word she speaks makes Claire wonder if there is a hidden truth waiting to be discovered. Fans of the series, I'll start remembering older theories that have been discussed for years. Some viewers always believed that Faith's story might not truly be over, even though her death was one of the most heartbreaking moments in the entire show. Outlander has never been a story that follows simple rules of time or fate, and if time travel can change the past and the future, who is to say that something impossible could not happen? Jamie tries to stay practical. He reminds Claire that they must be careful about jumping to conclusions. A song alone cannot prove such an unbelievable idea. But even he cannot fully ignore the strange feeling that something important is unfolding right in front of them. For Claire, the moment is deeply emotional. The thought that her daughter could somehow still be connected to the world is both beautiful and terrifying. If there is even the smallest chance that the truth about Faith is different from what they believed, Claire knows she cannot ignore it, but discovering that truth may open doors that were never meant to be opened. And if the past really is reaching into the present, then someone else may also be connected to this mystery. Someone whose knowledge of life, death, and time has always been far beyond normal understanding. A man whose name Claire has not spoken in a very long time. And that name is Master Raymond. Just when the mystery around the song begins to grow, another memory rises from the past, a memory connected to one of the most mysterious men Claire has ever met. His name is Master Raymond, and even after all these years, the thought of him still feels strange and powerful. One quiet night at Fraser's Ridge, when the fire is burning low and the world outside feels still, Claire Fraser begins to speak about something she has kept in her mind for a long time. It is not a clear memory, but more like a feeling, a moment that never fully made sense to her. She tells Jamie Fraser that she once saw Master Raymond again, or at least she believes she did. According to Claire, it happened during a moment when she was between life and death, a moment when the world felt distant and unclear. In that strange place, where time and reality did not feel normal, Raymond appeared to her. His face looked older, but his eyes were the same, calm, knowing, and full of secrets. But what he said was the most surprising part. He asked her for forgiveness. Claire remembers that moment clearly, because it confused her deeply. Forgiveness for what? Raymond had helped her many times in the past. He had protected her when she needed help the most. So hearing him ask for forgiveness felt strange, almost like he was carrying guilt for something she did not understand at the time. Claire believed the moment might have been nothing more than a dream or a vision created by her weak body. But now, with the mystery of Fanny and the song connected to Faith, that memory suddenly feels much more important. Because if Master Raymond truly appeared to her, it may mean he knows something about what happened to Faith. For those who remember the earlier seasons of Outlander, Raymond was never an ordinary man. From the first moment he appeared, there was something different about him. He understood herbs and healing in ways that even Claire, with her modern medical knowledge, found surprising. He also seemed to sense things that others could not. Some fans have even believed for a long time that Raymond might be connected to time travel in ways the show has not fully explained yet, and if that is true, then the impossible idea about Faith might not be so impossible after all. Claire begins to wonder if Raymond might have done something long ago that changed the fate of her child. Maybe something happened after Faith's birth that Claire never saw. Maybe Raymond knew a way to save the baby, even if it meant hiding the truth for many years. The thought is almost too big to believe. But at the same time, it explains one important detail. The song, if Faith somehow survived and lived another life, she could have passed that melody down through time. And if that happened, then Fanny, knowing the song, would not be a coincidence at all. Jamie listens carefully as Claire shares these thoughts. While he respects her ideas, he also tries to keep her grounded. Jamie has always been a man who faces the world directly. To him, believing that their lost daughter might somehow still be part of the present feels both hopeful and dangerous. Hope can be powerful, but it can also break a heart if it turns out to be wrong. Still, Jamie also knows that many strange things have already happened in their lives. He has seen Claire travel through time. He has seen history change in small but powerful ways. So even though the idea sounds unbelievable, he cannot completely reject it. What troubles him more is the possibility that someone like Master Raymond may still be watching their lives from the shadows, because if Raymond truly asked Claire for forgiveness, it means he believes he did something that changed her life forever. And that raises an even bigger question. Did Raymond save Faith? Or did he take her away for a reason that has not yet been revealed? If the answer to that question ever comes to light, it could reopen one of the deepest wounds Jamie and Claire have ever carried. But it could also bring a truth that changes everything they believed about their past. For now, the mystery remains hidden, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. And as the story moves forward, another member of the Fraser family is about to face a painful truth of his own, a truth that will shake his identity and force him to question where he truly belongs. Because far away from this mystery, a young man named William Ransom is struggling with a reality he never expected to face, while mysteries begin to grow around Fraser's Ridge. Another powerful story is unfolding far away, and it belongs to a young man whose entire identity has just been shaken. His name is William Ransom, and for most of his life, he believed he knew exactly who he was. William grew up as the son of a noble family. He lived with respect, status, and a clear future ahead of him. His father, the Honorable Lord John Grey, raised him with care and strong values. William trusted him, admired him, and believed his life was built on truth. But now, everything he believed has changed. The truth about his real father has finally come out. And that truth is none other than Jamie Fraser, for William. This revelation feels like the ground beneath his feet has suddenly disappeared. The man he believed was his father is not truly his father by blood, and the man who is his real father is someone he barely knows. Someone he once respected but now struggles to understand. The moment William learns this truth, anger and confusion begin to take control of his emotions. It is not just about family. It is about identity. His entire life story suddenly feels uncertain. He begins asking himself painful questions. Was his life a lie? Did everyone know the truth except him? And most importantly, who is he supposed to be now? William's reaction is strong and emotional. Instead of calmly accepting the truth, he pulls away from the people around him. He becomes distant, frustrated, and sometimes even unfair in his anger. But in many ways, his reaction is understandable. Discovering something like this would shake anyone's sense of self. The hardest part 4? William is facing Jamie. Every time he sees Jamie now, he cannot look at him the same way. Before, Jamie was simply a brave and honorable man he respected from a distance. But now, that same man is suddenly tied to him by blood. Jamie, on the other hand, tries to approach the situation carefully. He knows that forcing a relationship will only push William further away. Jamie has always respected William's life and never tried to take the place of the father who raised him. Even now, Jamie shows patience instead of pressure. But patience does not make the situation easier. William feels trapped between two worlds. On one side, there is Lord John Grey, the man who raised him, loved him, and shaped his character. On the other side, there is Jamie Fraser, the man whose blood runs through his veins. Neither man is trying to claim him. In fact, both men are willing to let William choose his own path. But strangely, that freedom only makes things more difficult for him, because now the choice is his. As William struggles with these emotions, his actions sometimes seem immature or overly dramatic. At times he pushes people away or reacts with anger when he could simply listen. But this behavior shows just how lost he feels inside. He is no longer a child. But he is also not fully ready to face such a heavy truth. Even so, there are small moments that show William may slowly begin to find balance again. One of those moments comes when he realizes that both Jamie and Lord John truly care about him. Neither man is trying to control his future. They only want him to be happy. That realization begins to soften his anger, even if only slightly at the same time. Another person quietly enters his life, someone who may help him see things in a new way. Her kindness and calm presence bring a sense of peace that William has not felt since the truth about his father was revealed. And as their conversations grow deeper, it becomes clear that this connection might become something more than friendship. Because sometimes, when a person feels lost, meeting the right person can help them find their way again. And for William, that person may soon appear in the form of someone unexpected. A woman whose presence might change his story in ways he never imagined. As the storm inside William Ransom continues to grow, something unexpected begins to happen in his life. In the middle of his anger, confusion, and frustration, a quiet new presence slowly starts to calm the chaos in his mind. Sometimes in life, when a person feels completely lost, the right conversation with the right person can change everything. And for William, that moment may come through someone he never expected to matter so much. After the truth about his real father, Jamie Fraser, becomes impossible to ignore. William spends a lot of time alone. He rides long distances, keeps his thoughts to himself, tries to avoid situations where people might question him or speak about his family. The world that once felt clear and simple now feels confusing. Every time he hears Jamie's name, it reminds him that the life he believed in has changed forever. But during this difficult time, William begins spending more time around someone who treats him differently from everyone else. Instead of judging him, questioning him, or trying to push him toward a decision, she simply listens. Her calm presence allows William to lower the walls he has built around himself. That woman is Amaranthus Grey, unlike many people around him. Amaranthus does not treat William like a problem that needs to be solved. She does not force him to talk about his father or his identity. Instead, she speaks with him as if he is simply another human being trying to understand life. This simple kindness becomes surprisingly powerful for someone who has spent so much time feeling angry and misunderstood. Their conversations begin quietly. Sometimes they talk about simple things, daily life, small memories, or observations about the world around them. But slowly, deeper topics begin to appear. William starts to share pieces of his thoughts that he has been hiding from everyone else. He admits how strange it feels to discover that his blood connects him to a man he barely knows. He admits that he feels loyal to Lord John Grey, the man who raised him and loved him like a true father. At the same time, He cannot ignore the fact that Jamie Fraser is now part of his story forever. Amaranthus listens without judgment. Instead of telling William what he should do, she asks simple questions that make him think. She reminds him that a person is not defined only by blood, but by the choices they make and the values they live by. This idea slowly begins to change the way William sees himself. For the first time since the truth was revealed, William starts to realize that his identity does not have to be controlled by this secret. He does not have to choose one father and reject the other. Both men shaped his life in different ways. Perhaps there is room in his future for both of them. This new way of thinking brings William a sense of peace he has not felt.